Hello, and what is your name?
My name is LCB Harry.
Okay, when and where were you born?
Guyana, January 5th, 1978.
Okay. What do you remember about family vacations?
It was scary.
What was scary?
We were on a boat
Okay.
and it was so hot. Hot, very hot. And we were sweating and the boat was so hard for us to pedal. And it was not fun at all.
Okay. Where were you going?
We were in a lake.
Oh, okay. Okay. What board/arcade/video games did you play?
Snake and ladder, dominoes.
Okay. You didn't play any video games, right?
No.
Okay. What big events do you recall, including local, state, national, or global?
Definitely 9/11.
Okay.
And the Boston bombing.
Okay. What do you remember about fashion?
Wearing bell-bottoms jeans.
Why did you wear those?
Because that was the style and it looked cool.
Okay. What foods do you remember?
Alright. So, chicken curry,
Okay.
duck curry,
Okay.
roast pork, and we used to order the Chinese fried rice, and it was so delicious.
Okay. Who were the big celebrities/actors?
Definitely Jackie Chan.
And who else? Who else do you remember?
Dolly Parton.
Okay. Anyone else? No? Okay. How did you spend your summers?
Well, we live in a hot country, so the whole year was summer. Very hot.
So what did you do mainly? Like in your free time, I guess.
And ride bicycle.
Okay.
I always wanted to learn to ride bicycle, and as soon as I find somebody who came by us with a bicycle, I would ask them, "Can I borrow your bicycle?" And I'll take it and go and ride through the block and come back real quick.
Okay. That's cool. What type of music/bands did you listen to?
Country western, my favorite.
Okay.
Randy Travis, Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton,
You didn't listen to Michael Jackson at all?
Michael Jackson. Oh yeah,
Okay.
he was the dude.
Okay. Where did you grow up/live?
Grew up in Guyana, in the countryside, a little place called Edmore, Blossom Scheme.
Okay. What type of car did you drive?
So back in those days, we didn't have a car.
Okay.
The country was so poor, and no one could have really afford a car.
Okay. What classes did you take in high school?
Science, social studies, geography.
Okay. What were your favorite movies?
Action movies. They used to make a lot of Jackie Chan movie. We used to like the karate, those Chinese kind of kung fu.
Okay. Where did you go on dates?
We were not allowed to go on dates.
Okay. But when you were allowed to go on dates and when you were older,
We couldn't go at all. Dad and mom was very strict.
Well, when you were older and you moved away, where did you go on dates?
Movies,
Okay.
the mall.
Okay. Is that all? Okay. Um, what did you do in your free time?
Listen to music. My favorite. And just sit and wonder.
Oh, okay, okay. What new consumer items changed your life?
Definitely the cell phone.
Okay.
Because we never had a phone, and when cell phone came out, wow, it was something.
Okay, okay. What TV shows were your favorites?
Knight Rider.
What was that about?
So it was this car, and it would drive by itself like a computer car, and it would drive by itself. And also, it was Baywatch also.
Okay,
Those are people, rescue people from the beach if they were drowned in and stuff like that.
okay, okay.
And something called Chips and Buns.
Chips and Buns?
Those were police officers on the motorcycle.
Okay. What jobs did you have as a teenager?
Sales girls, work in a store.
Okay, okay. Who were your sports heroes?
Michael Jordan.
Okay. Where did you attend high school? Guyana. Okay.
Annandale Secondary School.
Annandale Secondary School?
Yes.
Okay. What would you consider the most important invention made during your lifetime?
Invention?
Yeah.
The cell phone.
The cell phone? Okay. What is so important about the cell phone?
Because it makes you connect with your family and friends. Because in our days, we would have to wait for something called telegram.
Okay.
Somebody will call, then someone else will take the message, then they will bring the message to you. So all of that will take days and time. But the cell phone connects you immediately. So that was really a big invention.
Okay. Okay. How is the world now different from what it was like when you were a child?
So back in my days, it was so safe. It was safer back then. There were less violence, robbing, guns, less hatred. People were more friendly and kind with each other, and they were so helpful to each other. But now it's the opposite.
Everyone's like isolated, right?
Yes.
Okay. Next question. What U.S. president during your lifetime have you admired the most, and why?
President Donald Trump.
Okay.
No matter what people say about him, no matter how people attack him, he came out every day and he still did his job.
Okay. So, because you know about 9/11, what are 3 things that you can, tell me about it? Or, can you tell me more about 9/11? Where were you? How did it affect you? Things like that.
So when 9/11 happened, I was at work. I was working in Brooklyn. And we had no idea. There was no television at the workplace, nothing. But then my boss came in and said to us, World Trade Center has been attacked. I didn't understand what was that at the moment. I was like, what is he saying? So then he took us up, and his television was on, and he showed us, and we sat there, and we were looking at what they would keep replaying what went on with the plane crash into World Trade Center. And as we sat there looking at the first one, then we saw the second one came, and I couldn't believe, I did not understand what was happening. And that was the first time I ever heard the word terrorist. That was the first time I learned about terrorists.
Okay. So, what do you recall about the ending of the Cold War? Because that's something that you lived through.
The truth is, I really doesn't have any knowledge of that.
You don't?
No.
Okay, give me a second right here. Okay, so what do you know about President Clinton's impeachment?
I know they said he was having an affair with a lady called Monica,
Okay.
and it was all over the news. Everybody was going crazy after that. That's all I can really recall about that.
Okay.
I never used to follow up president and listen to the news like the way I listen today.
Okay, that's fine. But what do you know about O.J. Simpson?
Okay, so I heard that, not sure if it was his wife or girlfriend, but how he killed her.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's what many people were saying, but he said he didn't do it. Remember, when he went to the court, and he asked the people that he need a glove to put on, another glove, which I think it was ridiculous.
Okay. Are there any other important events, local, national, or international, that have affected you? Like, this can be anything.
COVID, that,
What about COVID?
yeah. Michael Jackson.
What about him? His death?
Oh yeah, when he died, oh my God, it was so sad. We were glued to the TV. It was like, I wish if we could have go bring him back alive.
Okay. I'm sorry. What else? If you could go back in time and change the course of one historical event in your lifetime, what would it be? Well, you just said you would bring Michael Jackson back to life, right?
Yes.
But other than that, like, would you change anything about anything else? Like, would you stop 9/11 from happening, or do you think it was a good thing that it happened?
Definitely no. If
Okay.
I could stop those planes, yeah. Stop those guys, definitely.
Okay.
Stop all terrorists.
But think about this. If you were to go back in time and stop 9/11, security in the airports wouldn't be as good as it is today, because 9/11 would not have happened, so they wouldn't have to worry about, they wouldn't be thinking that somebody would sneak into planes and crash them. So do you still think you should have stopped it? You would stop it?
Can I say something towards that too?
Yeah.
So there was a documentary on the television about America. They had a documentary, and they were saying that their country is so safe and protected that they don't think that any terrorists can attack them. The only way they could get attacked is through the airways. And I saw that documentary, and when 9/11 happened, how did those terrorists attack? Was through the airways.
That's true.
So I was like, that, I don't know, that really blew my mind. Like, why would they say that on the television, and you have so many people are watching these shows, and then the terrorists went and attacked. I mean, they came through the airways. Just the very same thing that they mentioned in that show, that's how they did it. So,
That's crazy.
yep.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway. If you could relive one period of your life, what would you choose? So you could relive your life as a child, as a teenager. You could stay here right now.
Definitely. As a baby, like, yes,
A
as a
child.
young kid, a child.
Okay, why?
Because I think my life would have been different, better, in sense of family and finance and health.
Okay.
Yeah, and food.
What would you change? Would you try to go to college?
Yes, but where we were back in our country, there was no college.
Okay. Okay. Was there a person that really changed the course of your life by something she/he did?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Who?
Terry Savelle.
Okay.
Listening to her, and she teaches about gratitude, and it was something that grasped my attention. And from listening to her, I realized that I have to be more grateful.
Okay. But
And
who is she? Sorry for cutting you off.
Well, she's a speaker, a motivator. She motivates people.
Okay.
She build people up, not destroy them. She's like a cheerleader that cheer people on.
Okay. Was the most stressful / challenging / difficult experience what was the most stressful, challenging, or difficult experience that you lived through?
Live through
Yeah.
COVID.
Why?
It was too stressful and challenging. I mean, you couldn't go. You couldn't go anywhere without not wearing a mask, and I did not like wearing a mask.
I didn't like it either.
Yeah, and with the way they treated people during COVID, didn't want families to. They didn't want people to be next to each other. They wanted people to be separated.
Okay. Have you ever met any famous people?
Yes.
You have?
A movie star.
Who?
It's a guy, you won't know him, but
Oh, okay.
he's an Indian movie star. His name is Ditindra.
The Tindra?
Yes, he's from India.
Okay.
And when I saw him, he was like, his skin and face was like, I don't know if I should use the word milk, but oh my God, it was, I couldn't believe my eyes, because this is somebody I saw in movie on the through the television, and then I'm in person with him in the same building. He actually came to my job, so.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
What movies can you recall him being in?
Oh gosh, those names are so hard to pronounce.
Oh.
Those are Indian names.
Okay. Well, scratch that. What do you think it means to be an American?
Oh my God. Bless. Free.
Okay. What else?
Happy.
Okay. Blessed, free, and happy.
I don't want to say lucky. I know the world used the word lucky, but I'd say blessed.
Okay.
It's a good thing to be an American.
It is. I agree.
Yep.
What advice do you have for today's high school students? So if you could talk to my high school and tell all the students something, or like a lot of things, or anything, what advice would you give them?
Okay. Stay positive.
Stay positive.
Don't do drugs.
Okay.
Don't get involved in gangs, gang members and gangs, and just stay focused in life. Know what your goals are in life and work towards it.
Okay.
Stay positive. Do good. Don't get in trouble. Keep your body clean, mind, everything.
Okay. That's all?
Yeah. And listen, reach dreams, dream big dreams.
Okay.
Think big.
Okay.
Believe
I think a lot of the
that
kids.
you can accomplish anything you put your heart to do.
Okay. I think a lot of the kids in my high school.
Yeah.
Need to hear that.
Yeah.
But anyway, that concludes our interview.
Yay.
So thank you for your time, LCB Harry. Did you have a good time with this interview?
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, well, have a good night.
Thanks. You too. Bye.
Goodbye.